everyone, it's Louise with louisemckayart, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm diving right in because I don't have a lot of time to spare because today is a special day. We're doing a Father's Day collaboration, and this is all hosted by Aishu from Aishu's Crafty Kids Club. And I want to say thank you to her, and also thank you to Angela Bliss, who preceded me today and is also introducing me today. So what I'm showing you right here is the beginning of a twofer art fusion piece that I'm going to be working on. Now, this piece of wood happened to be from a single piece that I'll show you here in a second, that I ended up cutting down and honing down to the state that it's in right now that you're seeing. And I'll show you the original state here in a second, and you won't believe the condition it was in. Here you go. So yes, this thing came with moss and all kinds of creepy crawly things that I had to get out. But it was one piece of wood, and I cut it down and trimmed it, and of course got it to this point. That's also sanded down in the back, but it's still not fully finished. But it was in really rough shape. But once again, with these pieces of wood, you can finish them off really nice. So this is my translucent pillow. This is 50% Valspar 833124 to Bear 8300. And then 50% of that to Floetrol, or roughly. Okay, so let's just get it down there. And the purpose of the translucent pillow is to have it so that you can see through to the wood underneath. Okay, so that's that. So here we go. Just dive in. It's always best to just dive in. So in order to save time here, I'm going on 5 times the speed here as I'm laying down the colors. I'm going to have the colors flash up so you can see what exactly I'm putting down. And I'm just going to flash through here as quickly as possible because this is not the most important part of the creation process. And because we're limited to 9 minutes today, I'm going to be cutting right to the nuts and the bolts. I'll be cutting out a lot of spinning, but you won't miss what you need to see in order to get the gist of what I'm doing here. Selectivator. My American Floetrol Selectivator. I just made this yesterday, so it's in good shape. The last batch lasted me 2 months. You don't need much. That's the titanium white. It's video 141 if you want to see it. It's an 8-minute video. Total creation with all the ingredients listed. Oxide black. Here we go. So I'm going to put on some soft music and talk through the blowout here. And since this is a Father's Day collaboration, I wanted to give a moment of commemoration to my dad, who I lost in 2008 to Alzheimer's. I want to first of all thank him for being a great dad, and then giving me the love of nature and the woods and trees. It's his love of the woods and nature that cultivated in me and landed me in Asheville, North Carolina, and also to create these art fusion pieces. I remember when I was 10 years old and we were at the cabin in the mountains of Vermont, and my dad was cutting down some trees because we needed to have firewood for the stove to keep the cabin warm. And one of the trees we cut down bled sap really bad at the stump, and he told me how the tree was crying and didn't want to die, and we should always respect that. That's a memory of my father I'll never forget and share with you, to have reverence for all living things. Oh, this is really pretty. You know, I always have some idea of what I'm going to do before I go into a creation. So I can't go into something with no plan. I feel like I've got to have some idea. But then you have to let things just kind of develop. And then also trust, I'm going to need to cut this down. So that's going to change things as well. I think it's pretty much done. That might be the idea. And if it wraps around, that's fine too. Okay, I think I'm going to call this done. And here she is. So here I'm just showing you the two pieces of wood up close and personal after I've already sanded it and prepared it and then stained it with the MinWax natural wood stain. And if you want to see in detail how I sand it and the tools I use, it's video 332. I will link it above. Hi everyone, I'm back for the paint skin application. And I'm not going to show you all 4 of these, but I just want to show you what the idea is for the paint skin placement. This took me quite a while to get to this point, and these were tricky because what I've got here are these openings and these crevices that I really had to custom cut to get into those spots exactly. So this was a little bit of a challenge. And so I have the cutouts here and here, and then I have the splits where I had to split it up a little bit. So this is where we are. So I'm going to show you, I think, just one of these, and I'm trying to figure out which one I want to show you. So on these, I just used some varnish. In this case, it's matte varnish. Whatever varnish you have, the varnish will actually act as like glue. So I'm going to secure this on here, and I like to always have something, if I can, have it drape over the edge, and I'll trim it later once it's fully set. You can see how I've got it over the edge, and then I can work on it later. Okay, so let's just get started with this guy. So I'm gonna get this part varnished. Put a little varnish down on this side on the wood, and then we'll get some varnish, and then I do the back of the skin. Doesn't have to be pretty because it's all gonna get squeezed out anyway. All right. Try to roughly remember where I had it. And once it starts to set, it gets to be hard to move. You don't want to rip it. So start in the middle, push it out. Get all the excess out from the center. You don't want to have air bubbles, good, but you don't want to leave it with an air bubble underneath. Just want to push it down nice and secure. Get it over the edge. Okay, we're going to call that done. That's it, but I'll make sure I've got it fully secured, and then we'll come back for the resining part. So everyone, that's a wrap. Here are the final resin results, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I only wish that the camera would pick up what these two really look like, as these will really make a cute little 2-for set on somebody's wall somewhere. So I ask you, if you're new here, please subscribe, hit the bell and all, leave a comment and a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. You'll get all my latest tutorials. At the end here, I will have linked my Art Fusion playlist so you can see other creations I've made combining fluid art and wood. And once again, thank you for Aishu from Aishu's Crafty Kids Club for hosting this. And next, we're going over to Kayleen at Venom Fluid Art. Thanks a lot, everybody. Take care. Until next time.